Hey fellow captains, welcome back, Raz Is Gaming, and actually, this is a surprise for you guys. I'm actually doing the webcam this time for reviews. So I wanted to see how this goes for two reviews to see if you guys like them. If you guys like these, give the thumbs up. That way you guys are actually know if you guys are actually interested in me doing it this way, compared to without and my stupid face, as they call it. Go figure me, huh? Alright, so, today we got the Tier 7 Premium Haida. Now, right off the bat, two things. Please forgive me. I was on vacation for like 9, 10 days away from my computer, out going to concerts, hanging out with some friends. It was it was downtime for me when this ship was released, and I didn't get any good matches or the time to push into this. Not to mention with clan battles going on right now, and me being off and on being recruited for my team, either playing the Hindenburg, which I'm terrible at, or the Des Moines, which I'm pretty good at. Um, at least decent enough for you to say, yeah, we need you, to be there. So, want to get that out of the way. So, please forgive me on that. So, if you were actually going to say, hey, where's his review? I'm sure he's going to pick this damn thing up. And yeah, because people are going to want it. People are going to want me to buy this dang thing. So, we have it here. This is it. The Tier 7 Haida. So, if you guys didn't like what I was doing, I do apologize in advance. So, if you want to punch me, go ahead and punch me. You're saying, like, you idiot, you should have had this out a long time ago. Where was it, honestly? We were... Hey, where was it? Alright, anyway, so this is the Tier 7... Sorry, I had to scratch my nose here. Haida. This is a British destroyer, actually, and if it reminds you of the Gajimata, it's because it is basically the Gajimata from the Pan-Asian line. British built a lot of these ships, and Canada got their hands on one of them. So that's why it's in the Commonwealth, because it's not big enough, technically, I guess, to have a full British Canadian line for the Canadian Navy. So they're gonna put it in the Commonwealth Department for that. So anyway, Haida, if you guys want to watch Naval Legends, they do a pretty good view on this ship and its actually its history. So how's it translate in World of Warships? Actually, it's pretty interesting. This thing has 120mm guns, pretty good reload time. If you buff it down, it goes to 4.5 seconds with the HE damage of 1900. I love that. AP at 2100 because they're a little bigger shells and do a little more punch with the armor piercing if it's a perfect shift for armor piercing. The kicker with me is, itch my nose again, is these torpedoes. These are single fire one, but my kicker is how much damage these torpedoes have. You have a sheer whopping 16,767 damage in torpedoes. To put that in perspective, Limerick Maas has only 14,000. Minsk has only 17,933. Pretty more punch, but here's the thing, they're only 4 kilometers. So you can't blind fire these. These things have to be up close and personal to be surprise, major damage. Leningrad, another premium, has the 8 kilometers, but they're only 15,000. So the range is usually your issue. But the further the range, the more they can't do as much damage as other ships. So it's always been interesting to me to see how they're actually popping them. From the range it has, it's probably one of the most devastating torpedoes for range because you can blind fire these. Because your concealment is 5.7. But there is a couple things with this ship. You're thinking, oh great, it's got really good guns, it's got really decent torpedoes. Where's the kicker? The smoke and the hydroacoustic are two biggest nemesis. The hydroacoustic, because it's not a German, doesn't have as good of an acquisition. Your acquisition on this thing is only 3.12. So you only have a little tiny bit closer. And you're dead on spotted in this. You're pretty much caught with your pants down that you get spotted. So you got to be really damn careful what you're doing. And your smoke is a Commonwealth, so you can only go quarter speed, and you have to keep in that smoke as you keep moving up. And as you keep moving up, you can keep DPSing on ships. I'll show you guys what that more as it is. So this ship is really, really difficult if you don't watch what the hell you're doing. And we'll show you guys what I'm talking about with this match I just got in on this ship. So let's get right to that, shall we? Okay, guys, so we're back. This is the Haida, and this is the map Tears of the Desert map epicenter. So right off the bat,
Yes, Jedi strength flows from the Force.
it is quite going to be a difficult setup. Here's the two problems you're going to have. Number one, epicenter, and you are top tier, so we do have to watch for radar ship. That's going to be given. You're going to have to deal with that. We have a lot of devastating cruisers, and we really don't have an ability to do massive damage to a lot of the higher tiers unless we actually get into the position that you can do effect. However, we do know we have really good concealment. So at this time, I was just assessing what was going on at the time. But really, this ship is really good at being very aggressive. That's what you really got to be with this thing. And if you guys have been watching other videos, they've been telling that pretty much that from the start. For many of the other YouTubers who actually had this out. Mine's late because, like I said before, I had not enough time to get my hands on it. And also on top of that, guys, I was getting used to playing that kind of style. I played a lot of the Japanese line, so I'm used to sitting in the back and popping the torpedoes at the right points to knock ships out and possibly getting the drop on somebody and flushing them into a position that did massive damage. So doing this was quite a bit of a challenge, and you would say because my first tier 10 was the gearing, but that's because it was already up there at the time and it just got there. So really, you got to be really, really smart where you position yourself. You know your detection, know your place, know it well. So I already noticed I went into this cap and nobody's stopping me. We're already 23 seconds in with the Benson. So I thought, better yet, let's spot targets and have everybody take swigs at people. So I pulled the Hydroacoustic in case somebody is going to come around the island and surprise me, and just hunker down for a bit of a relaxing day out on the fresh waters. And there's the cap. So now we can be a little tinier bit bold, but keep being semi-conscious of what the heck we're doing, and just trying to find if there's any other targets nearby, because if I get dropped on, the runes are gonna pop in and fire high explosive, and the runes got really dangerous high explosive shells.
Engine boost
He could probably take out a good chunk of my health without me actually, hearing anything. Now, if you guys are wondering what the blinking light is, I did put a few new mods on from the previous time you guys have seen me play. If you guys are wondering, just look up on Amazon mods, you can pick them up real quick. So, that's the thing. So meanwhile, I did spot a Ognivoy out there, being supported by the Benson, so I'm going to support him and just do some damage. Now, I didn't want to take shots unless I knew that I was, even though unspotted, I'm not going to get dropped on. So if you notice, the runes can't take a shot on me because I'm behind the island. And then that's when I spot the enemy Haida, and I'm like, oh boy. So I'm already dropping the smoke, dropping at quarter speed, and I'm going to start pushing up on him. Now, I wasn't too sure if he's making his way towards me or I was taking his way towards him, so at the time I really should have pushed, but I'm kind of fortunate I didn't do it because I probably would have got myself in a worse position than what's going to go on. So I can't see the Haida, but so what I'm going to do is start throwing rounds at something else that I can shoot at and hit. And that rune is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. Throwing lead downhill, over islands and stuff like that, and just throwing as much as I could stick. You can easily get over 100 hits in a match if you actually use the guns the right way in this thing. Now, it sounds weird to do that with a British type destroyer, but you can throw a lot of lead down lane with this thing. Never 4.5 seconds, and get some fires, get some chances of that, get some damage that way, and start hurting enemy players like that. So you really have that kind of an ability yourself to do it. Now my speed boost is off, my Hydra's going off. I'm still not getting this guy, so I'm already turning out, and I'm already saying, you know what, where smoke's gonna end, let's just pop torpedoes that way, and maybe a lucky torpedo will get this guy. If not, at least he's gonna be out of our way. Now if you guys are noticing by my head here, sorry, my head right up here, I can't even point. Behind my head here, Allied cap is getting capped. If I can move my camera here for you guys. That way you guys can see what the heck I'm talking about, right? There you go. You guys are noticing, cap's getting capped. And once I got in there, I got contested, so I was saying, alright, so it's gotta be something within the circle. I immediately thought at the first time, the room. But boy, what you're about to see is going to be a big, well, probably not a big surprise. So I throw rounds at that LCs. I'm trying to get another fire on him. Because look at, you can see, high explosive on decks of even battleships, you can do some damage. That was almost 1,000 damage in one salvo. Now imagine it just continuously firing like that. You could put at least 10k in a couple rounds, and you might get a fire. So that actually would get a chance of getting some real damage. There it is. The Benson has been spotted. They get hit. I nose his butt, and right at the right time, my smoke comes up.
Fire! Fire!
Pop my smoke, and I start using that smoke ability to push into him.
2 or 3 more things and we're in great shape.
Now, the right way would be to actually push hard here, and we're gonna do that. That's the thing. Initially, I was gonna go, when I first started doing this, I thought, alright, just kite slow, let the smoke keep you hidden, and stuff like that. No, you need to be more aggressive than that. And because of your guns, this guy only has 127s, I have 4 guns right in the front, pointed nose, and he's gonna have a hard time hitting me. And I know he's gonna drop torpedoes, and there they are. So, dodge these torpedoes. Ooh, that was close. Oh boy.
That was a little close for comfort.
So I had to be really careful with that, but as you can see, he's kiting back. Look how much health you can melt on one destroyer. That's 1,000, and that was just 2 of my guns. Now 3 of my guns are activating, and he's losing over 2,500 damage per salvo. So he's getting hurt pretty bad. The problem is, though, he's really hiding like a little monkey there really well. So I really have to be careful. Now we lost him, but here's the thing. My smoke's about to run out, so if he's leaving his smoke, I might as well free to borrow something that he has generously given us. So we're just gonna take his smoke and borrow it if he doesn't mind, because I'm sure he's gonna die. Either by my hand or by the enemy Benson. So it might be a better benefit. But at least I keep the capture point. That was the kind of my position arrow. Just hold the position. And there he is. He decided to go back for round 2, and there he goes. So now he's
I'm going
toast.
to end this.
Now if you notice there's back smoke there. Haida has come back towards us. So we'll see him again in a minute. But meantime, see, I noted the Haida. Told my allied team, watch out. Now here comes the hood. So this is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. Just about when I'm talking about shell volleys with this thing. You might not be doing much, you think, initially, but if you keep throwing something that sticks, see, I'm just spreading out the torpedoes, in case he actually goes a different direction, you can actually do some actual pretty good damage. Almost 1,700 there. That one didn't do much, but it did incapacitate or destroy an AA mod. And just gonna aim at that top deck, because if I do that, I can actually get some damage on that deck. there's a fire, see? And that's going to actually add that damage pool. And then there's the torpedo. Dead.
I am going to end this once and for all.
Now it's time to throw some shells at the Iowa, and then up.
It's a trap.
That's the enemy Haida. Now, initially it was like, what the heck's going on here? I should be hurting right now. And there he goes. Now he's firing.
Fire! Fire!
Now, the only thing I was concerned was he's not gonna freaking kill me, but well, he didn't do that. He didn't finish me off. And luckily I was gonna try to get him here, but it never really happened. So I really burned out real quick that match. I mean, thank you, Mr. Mr. Haida there. Yeah, you saved my butt from actual death and destruction. Honestly, you saved my butt a few too many times. So thanks to him, I was able to get my hands on a pretty good match here. See if I can give you guys the screenshots real quick. Are you little buggers? Oh, here they are, because I did save every single photo for you. Yeah. Here they are. So I came out of that match with 107 penetration hits, 1 target, 1 incapacitation, 2 destroyed, 3 sets of fires, flood, and 2 defends. But only getting 40,000 damage. But it did get on top of the leaderboard by just a hair by the Rune, who got himself a heroic achievement. Congratulations to him. So you can clearly see that this thing actually is really good at like 18,200 damage to the Benson. Another almost 11,000 damage to the Hood. Now probably that was the torpedo that did most of the damage. But I definitely did a lot of damage with the shells. I did 33,000 damage just with the shells alone. I did additional 4,306 with the torpedoes. Only one of them hit out of the 8, but remember, I'm not really good at torpedoes. I'm still trying to get better at that. I'm still used to doing stupid moves. But anyway, none of that. Let's get back to the ship real quick. Sum it up all, it's a really solid destroyer if you really are really good at destroyers. It's definitely got one of the biggest learning curves I've ever seen for a destroyer. So if you really aren't good at playing a destroyer on a high aggressive amount, you're more passive, you're not going to use this ship at its full potential. You have to be aggressive, you have to work with the team, you have to be spotting, throwing the smokes down with yourself, maybe be kiting with an allied ship, maybe to help them out a little bit before getting back in your own positions, and throwing the shells out. You have to. No way around it. I threw 244 shells in this match alone before, and I had 107 of them hit, doing almost 34,000 damage. So you really can do a lot of damage with the guns. So build-wise, you're going to want to have preventive maintenance, of course. You want to have last stand. You're going to want to have basic fire train to buff up the gun speed a little more, because remember they're 120mm guns. Concealment expert is a must. And another couple ones I would ask if you guys put in demo expert a little bit, maybe to increase the fire damage. That could be a good asset. Torpedo armament expertise is not really necessary in this thing. The reason why I say that right off the bat, guys, is you're not really supposed to use these torpedoes. They're a second line of just an added extra tree. Massive damage that can blind fire, and probably can do either wipe a ship out of the way, or on the other hand, it can clear out something that's in your way. And really other things you can add is survivability expert to increase your health so you can last longer to fight, and another good one probably be either reducing your flood or your consumables. Superintendent's another good one as well, so you can have an extra speed, smoke, and hydro. Those hydras, even though they don't do much, they can actually help just a little bit, just in case a torpedo is going to be by those ships. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys like this, hit that like button. If you disliked it, of course, hit that dislike. Honestly, I'm a big boy. Rate what you guys feel like about this ship, Haida. As always, Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you all in the high seas. Take care.